Uganda has in the last decade registered little progress in its poverty reduction agenda. This is according to a new World Bank poverty assessment report titled Strengthening Resilience to Accelerate Poverty Reductions in Uganda.
We showed that 50% of population in Uganda are very likely to fall into poverty in the 2 next years. It's called vulnerability to poverty. So it's just a reflection of shocks and low resilience.
Launched in Kampala, the report shows 30% of Ugandans were poor in 2019-2020, a percentage only slightly lower than 31% in 2012-2013. The study also shows how majority of the population is vulnerable to shocks. The case in point being the COVID-19 pandemic that lasted for at least 2 years and pushed many in society to the brink of abject poverty.
Moreover, many Ugandans are clustered around the poverty line. That is the most vulnerable and dangerous thing. They are clustered around the poverty line. Therefore, they are vulnerable to shock. Any small shock just takes us back to poverty. So the question is, what do we need to do to move slightly above the poverty line?
Other challenges cited include the poor savings culture, high cost of living, low earnings, among others.
I'll give just a quick scenario. So I earn 1 million Uganda shillings, it's my paycheck. When it hits my account, government takes 30%. I save 5% with NSSF. So I'm literally remaining with about 650. When I make a withdrawal, there is an 18% charge of VAT. When I go to buy apples in a grocery store, I pay 18% VAT. When I make a transfer to my mobile wallet, I pay a direct tax. So literally about 65% of my earning is just in there. So there is nothing left to save, nothing left to invest. So why won't people be poor?
The World Bank's Poverty Assessment 2022 report puts emphasis on the shift from subsistence to commercial agriculture, investment in human capital, improvement of agriculture and enhancement of social services, and education as crucial factors in building resilience.
Human capital is very important in Uganda overall and in Uganda in particular because of the demographic transition Uganda is going through. You have so many kids, and if we don't invest in education and health, in 10 years, in 15 years, these people will have difficulties to find a good job, to be resilient and to cope with shocks.
The study notes that there are other productive economic activities outside agriculture, which is the mainstay of Uganda's society. However, they are not easily accessible by the poor in society and thus worsen their vulnerability. Charlotte Amuge and Dennis Sigoa for UBC News.